Actually, it's the lead play in our offense.
Double tackle, take the defensive end if he's over him. If he's not, you drive down the first man who is inside. Pull back and tell him to take the first man outside the offensive tackle.
No one goes. Go right by them and field inside.
If the YN has the linebacker taken out, he cuts inside. If the YN has the linebacker in, he comes all the way around. If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here, and try to run this play in the alley.
What's up, guys? Welcome into Packers Total Access Chalk Talk Edition. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on Packernet.com. You can find me on Twitter at Packers_access. I'm joined alongside Tim live in Green Bay, who's just going to be sitting in on this Chalk Talk episode. We'll get a little feedback from him in real time as well. We got a ton of clips to get through, Tim. I could probably spend 15 minutes on each play, but there's no way we would get done before PTA Live tonight at 7 Central. So we're gonna have to roll through this thing quick. You having a good day though, Bub?
Absolutely, man. Happy to be here. Glad to be able to do this. First ever sitting in on a Chalk Talk. This is a special occasion. I like this.
Heck yeah. I'll try not to bore you too much, but I want to tell everybody in the chat, appreciate you guys hanging out in here. The stream will go down, okay? There'll be a copyright hit. The stream will go down briefly, and then it should come right back up, okay, when they realize, oh, yeah, he's allowed to use that footage. So when it comes back up, like I said, just kind of hang tight. I don't think you'll have to close it out. You might have to, I don't know, you may have to. Guys in the chat, walk them through it, anyone who might be new in here. I know we got people already in the chat. So without further ado, whatever that means, Tim, let's do this thing, all right? I'm going to share the screen. You just confirm that you can see it okay. We're going to go full screen. You got that?
Perfect.
All right, here we go, man. Let's dive right in. Again, guys, the goal here is to do everything in chronological order. What I try to do is find the plays to say, hey, this is why they ended up having a scoring drive here. This is what led to this. This is what led to that, right? And rather than just cherry picking a play, showing the all 22 and saying, here's what happened, sometimes those clips get picked, Tim, and it doesn't even affect the game, right? So the goal here is to try to find those plays and go, okay, this right here affected the game flow. So let's start off right here in the first quarter, 12-11 left in the first quarter. It's a 3rd and 3 play. Want to just point this out real quick. Look at all of these bodies in the box here, guys. I mean, everywhere, right? You see they're loading up the box, right? I mean, you've even got the corners playing snug, right? And again, what we heard immediately following the game is Joe Barry with a light box, right? This is what I'm talking about. Yes, we play with a light box. You're going to get some of that today. But most of the time when it was a run-down situation, you had the box heavy, right? So you can see right here. Now, what are we playing here? We're in a nickel 2-4-5, cover one man, sugar mug, triple rat. And you'll notice that 58 blows the coverage here. But also the big thing here with this play, if I remember correctly, is actually the PI. This is going to be the Valentine PI play, okay? So let's just kind of talk about what we're talking about with cover one man, okay? Man coverage here, right? You've got man coverage up top, which is press man. Tim, they called for it over and over and over. You get your press man right here. Now you're playing a little soft on the underneath because you got two receivers here. Typically the reason you see that on a 2-by set where you've got 2 receivers on one side of the field is the goal there really is, and you'll see this backer's actually walked up in here as well, but the goal is to prevent the rub. If you're both playing snug and they run a little switch concept, that can be a problem, especially in a cover one man. Now, the triple rat, what does that mean? Well, let's go to the sugar mug. The sugar mug is the linebackers are mugging the A gap in here, okay? That's what you call sugar mug. Anytime you've got 2 backers walked up in the A or B gap, we call that mugging the line of scrimmage, right? And this is a run fit tactic. You're already in the gap. You can shoot the gap if they decide to run the ball, right? Now, what's triple rat? When you play man coverage, sometimes you have multiple defenders drop underneath. If you have one, it would be called a cover one hole where the linebacker is going to play a little hole, right? If it was a cover one with the safety spinning down, it would be robber, right? In this case, you're playing rat, which simply means these guys are showing blitz, and it's really just more of a run blitz, type of a green dog blitz, meaning if they hand it to the running back, everybody fire on the running back. They're going to drop back and cover here, right? Here and here. So you're playing triple rat. Okay, that's what, typically it's just double rat because you got two guys underneath. Right here, you got triple rat. So again, the people who say we don't play aggressive on defense, right here, you've got press man, a 7th round pick, playing press man at the top of the screen. Let's roll the tape. And this is a 3rd and 3 play in the first quarter. You want to know why they scored 7 on the first drive? That play right there was a deep pass interference call. When you play press man, when you play man coverage, you give up explosive plays. When you put a 7th round pick on an island, you're going to have him tugging at the jersey. Now, there's some people saying this isn't a penalty. I respect that. I got you. I don't think it really affected the outcome of the play. I don't think he's like holding him back so much that he couldn't get to the ball. But still, when the official's right there and you see a handful of jersey, it's going to get called. And it's an aggressive play call, and you got an aggressive outcome. It's really that simple for me. So later that drive, right? Actually, I think the very next play, if I remember correctly, you got a 1st and 10, right? And you're at Green Bay's 28. This is going to be a running play. We've seen the run get gashed all day long, right? We're in a nickel 2-4-5 cover 6, which is half quarter. Notice I didn't say quarter, half, because I always work from the left side of the screen to the right from the offense's perspective, all right? They're going to run a weak T counter. And to me, this is one of the bad scheme calls here, okay? So we come out in a 1st down. They're probably going to try to run the ball. They're in 11 personnel that triggers our nickel, okay? So what we're running here is cover 6. Cover 6 is really, really simple, guys. We're going half quarter. This safety has got half the field deep. These guys are playing short underneath, right? On the opposite side, you've got quarter. He's got a quarter of the field. This guy's got a quarter of the field, and you're going to have these defenders dropping back underneath, kind of like a spot drop look, right? There may be some zone match baked into it, but notice how far they are away from the line of scrimmage. This is a 1st down play. This is just screaming for the Steelers to come to the line, can to the run, and just run the rock, right? Well, they've got a little extra something mixed in here. They're going to run a weak T counter. How do you identify? There's the tight end, strong right. So the weak side would be left, right? They're going to run a T counter, which means the tackle, that's what the T stands for, is going to pull and lead block, okay? So they're going to start this direction and then come back this way. That's why it's called a counter. A counter is when you jab step in one direction, sell the defense on going in one direction, and you run the other. Okay, let's roll the tape. And there's a lot to talk about here about what went wrong. But look right here. You get that T, you get that tackle right up there in the hole. He annihilates Isaiah McDuffie. Look at Isaiah McDuffie's. Look how he's getting pressed back, guys. That's a big old offensive lineman hitting him right there, right? And again, squirts through, spin move on Keyshawn Nixon. Surprise, surprise. 1st down run. That's on 1st and 10. That's tough. So now you've given up an explosive play because you got aggressive with press man. Now you go soft here with the backers playing off a bit. I want you to key in on the hat count. What do I mean by hat count? There's the center of the field, right? Let's do a hat count real quick, Tim. You've got 1, 2, 3 defenders right here close to the box, right? You've got 1, 2, 3 blockers, right? So you got a hat on a hat here. Now, what will probably typically happen when you pull is this guy may try to sell off the inside. I'm not sure what he did. The tackle is going to pull around, so you're actually picking up one more here. So you're already a hat on a hat. Now you're going to go +1. And they're not looking to hit a home run here. It's just we're so bad at it that they happen to hit a really solid play here on 1st down. I want you guys to focus for just a second right here. Focus on Keyshawn Nixon. I'm going to try to slow it down, Tim, because I really want you to watch this. They're going to draw on the screen like they're special, like I am right now, right? Now, here we go. You ready? Watch Key. Look at Key. Okay. What's he reading right here?
Pass.
Look.
Yeah.
Look.
He's backpedaling already.
Look, the running back has the ball, and look at Keyshawn Nixon. This is what I'm talking about. And, they played it pretty well considering they were off. Isaiah McDuffie took on a grown ASS man right here and filled his gap, right? You see, I'm thinking this might be Kenny. It might be TJ Slayton. Look at him kind of holding his own. Key's got to get up in here and fit that. This is what happened when you have a return specialist playing nickel. This is what happens when you don't put enough value in drafting a Brian Branch. Because I'm telling you right now, the tape I watched of the Lions, Brian Branch is coming downhill right here, and he's making this tackle, right? Now, again, the people who are saying that, Joe Barry is at fault too, I can't disagree. these guys are too far off the ball here, right? Like they're not even in the run fit. So and why are they like that? What happened the previous play, Tim? You got aggressive, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to knock that. They just pretend like this is all Barry does, right? And you can see he's constantly kind of just wavering back and forth, trying to figure out what to do. And Matt hit the nail on the head, right? He's like, hey, they were in too high shell most of the day, and they fit their run fits just fine. But let's watch this play out here. Look at Key.
Still backing up. Yeah. Wow. Late break on the ball, too.
Horrible, dude. Absolutely horrible. You want to know why he had a low PFF grade? Then he missed the tackle right there. Two got spun.
Yep.
I think there's another angle. No, I'm going to walk it back because you're going to get an even better view. We shouldn't spend this much time on this play, but at the same time, we're all trying to figure out how does the run defense get so bad, right? Like how do we get gashed this much? Now, having known what we just talked about, right? Watch the running back. He's got the ball. Look at Key.
Yeah. And he's looking there. He's looking there. His eyes are there.
Now, here's the thing, too. Let's take it a step further. Let's walk it back. You got a stack look down here at the bottom, right? You got kind of a semi-stack look with these receivers. So knowing now what we know that they're in half quarter, which is cover 6, Key should be doing this. Yes, Key should be looking in the backfield, but he should also be kind of using his peripheral to see this. Watch the tip these receivers give him, okay? This is not a great play call. Watch the back right there.
Oh, yeah. He's
So my question is,
why are
you trying to cover right here?
Especially knowing you have a safety over the top of you.
Yes.
You should be able to.
This.
Yeah. Charles Woody would have ran right at this dude and it would have been a 2-yard loss.
No doubt about it. So you identify this out the peripheral while you're watching this, you should be charging, bro. I mean, full head of steam, trying to get up here and play that gap, right? Instead, look, watch him, look. The running back has the ball, and look at Key. That's bad, boys. That's bad football right there. Bad football. So, yes, again, like I said earlier in the week, Tim, some of it's scheme, absolutely, in this game. This is the first time this year that I actually looked up on a scoring drive and went, wish they'd have played more aggressive there. But you got to be able to fit your run. Like that's pathetic. Keyshawn just dropping back. Then commits inside where all the help is and almost gets the guy almost breaks away on the opposite side. So that's how Pittsburgh went up 7-0. Okay. You were too aggressive with the press man, and then you played a little soft, but even with the soft look there, with the weak T counter, you still had the gap filled. Keyshawn Nixon just did not respond whatsoever, even though they were in a stack look on the outside and there was no immediate threat in his. If that guy's flexed to the slot there and he's closer to Keyshawn right there, Tim, I understand it because you got to protect against the slant. You got to protect against the skinny. There was nothing to protect against right there. So that's what happens when you got an inexperienced defender or kick returner playing nickel or that star position that's so important, especially when you're in your nickel 2-4-5 or any kind of nickel for that matter. So that's how you go down 7-0. Let's fast forward to 7:37 left in the first quarter, 2nd and 7 play. We come out in 12 ace nasty, strong left, Z quick, play action, switch slot cross, T sneak, all right, which is essentially an out route. So let's talk about what all that means. Obviously, you guys know what 12 is. 12 personnel is 1 running back, 2 tight ends right there, okay? You're going strong left. The tight ends are on the left side of the field. You got Z quick motion. What's that mean? Let's identify the Z first, right? Your Y is right here. Your X is opposite the Y on the line of scrimmage. So that's your X. That makes him your Z, right? That's how you identify it. So you're going Z quick motion. So he's going to quick motion over right here, right? And with any kind of switch concept, basically what's happening is as soon as the ball is snapped, the receivers are switching places. So if I were to back that up, actually, what's going to happen is the ball is going to be snapped about right here. So post-snap, these two guys are going to kind of switch, right? So when you go from left to right, what you've got is Z quick, play action, switch slot cross. So the switch slot cross is really simple. He's going to run across. You guys heard me talking with Mike Wall, how the thing I've noticed is slot cross and wolf is their favorite concepts. So he's going to ball gets snapped about right there, and then he's going to bring a dig in on the backside, okay? This is a 2nd and 7 play. You're going to go play action, and then sneak, which is going to be the out route right here, okay? So here we go. Let's roll the tape. Here's your Z quick motion. Ball snapped. There's your switch. Play action. Slot cross is essentially what the play is here, right? The beautiful thing about this play, and you'll see it in just a second, is Tay Wicks right there does a great job just sitting down in the zone. This is a really good look here. I'm going to pause it as soon as the quick motion is complete when the ball snapped. All right, so let's talk about what we're seeing here. Slot cross, right? So he's going to come in behind him and run this dig. Jordan Love does an excellent job here, Tim, of buying time. Watch him in the pocket right here. Play action, right? A little bit of pressure. Let's let it push past. Good job by Rasheed, just walking him out of the play, steps up. And look at, I'm telling you, dude, Tay Wicks plays like a veteran.
Yep.
Watch him right here. He realizes it right here. You know, he's coming on that end break there of the slot cross, and he's going, man, they got us covered. They got us covered. Now his idea is, okay, I'm running into this space, but he notices this backer. As soon as Jordan steps up, it pulls that backer up a touch, and watch Tay throw his hand up. Right here. Hey,
Yep.
look, I'm sitting, bang. And then just do the barrel roll as much as you can, right? And again, watch Jordan in the pocket. These are the little glimpses that we see that it's like, okay, Jordan, remember what I said one of his strengths was? Comfortable in the pocket.
Hey, can you run that back real quick from
Yeah,
that same previous frame? Watch the play action fake here. Can we get it from the snap?
Yeah, absolutely.
Watch his play action fake is a little bit better now. He's selling this fake better now. Watch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
hard,
definitely better. Yeah.
and then out of it. Yep.
I miss the old Favre days where he'd sell the crap out of it, wouldn't he? But yeah, you're right. That was definitely, he committed to the play fake. There's no doubt about it.
For sure. And that helped. That's what allowed things to kind of open up for him to extend that play out, like you said.
Yeah,
Stepping
absolutely.
up and out in the pocket is what bought the time.
Yep. So let's fast forward. First quarter, 4:47 left. I think it's later that drive, actually. A 3rd and 7 play here. And what we got now is 11 gun, nub left, bunch nasty, slot yo-yo, wide drag, X slurl, wolf. Okay. 11 gun, 1 running back, 1 tight end. We're going bunch nasty. You see the bunch set down here. It's inside the numbers, which makes it a nasty split. Okay. So you're going nub left, bunch nasty, slot yo-yo. Who's your slot? All right. Opposite the tight end on the line is your X. This is your flyer. And this would be your slot because he's closest to the offensive line in between the X. All right. So what does yo-yo mean? It's a motion. It's a decoy. He's going to go this way and then just yo-yo right back. Okay. So keep that in mind. We're going to run a Y drag. So your Y is going to kind of run a shallow cross, right? Your X is going to run a slurl, which is more or less a slant, sit, or a curl. A slant and a curl, I've always heard it referred to as a slurl. Some people call it a spot route. That gets confusing with a spot concept, so I like to use slurl. When I heard it, it just made sense to me.
Slurl, yeah. It's like sluggo, right? Slant and go.
Very
Sluggo.
similar.
Very similar. Okay.
Yeah. The goal with any play call is to take all the information you can and create as many one-syllable words as possible, right?
Right.
And sometimes it's just hard. Like they probably got a code word for that motion. I call it yo-yo. I've always heard it called yo-yo, but it might be called something else. You know, it might be called turn or something like that. I don't know.
Right.
So you got your X slurl, and then you got your wolf concept, okay? So with the remaining receivers, when he comes back, right, then he's going to complete the wolf concept. So essentially what you got with wolf is out, and then another is going to be a corner, okay? And I think the corner was actually Dobby. Yeah, it was Dobby. This is the touchdown pass. So again, you're going to see the yo-yo. Let's roll the tape here. There's your yo-yo. Slot yo-yo. He's coming back. And notice what it did, Tim. You see this guy right here?
Yep.
Couple different things. You're making him uncomfortable, keeping him off balance, and it also tells Jordan. Notice where Jordan's eyes are. As soon as the motion started, he's seeing man coverage. All right, man coverage over here. Right. So here you're going to see the yo-yo return. Bang. You'll see the slurl in the middle, the drag coming across. Jordan, no hesitation, clean pocket. Beautiful ball, Tim.
Yeah.
Beautiful ball, bro.
I was off the couch screaming when I saw this one. I mean, that was beautiful. And this is what we talk about with some of these, you're not going to call this, I guess it's routine at this level, a back pylon, put that ball there in the net. It's like a net throw, but it's just good to see him hit it with the touch, man. I mean, that ball was perfectly thrown.
And to me, this looks like it might be zone match. And the reason being, we know this guy's moving with the motion, right? He's got eyes on him. But notice how when Reed stays short, right, on the underneath of the wolf. Notice how this guy, look at his hand right now. See his hand in the air?
Mm-hmm.
He's motioning to him probably. If the motion stays shallow, then you pick up the next level. That's some of those zone match principles, right? So let's see. Again, we look at Dobby. Bang, it's over.
Yep.
This guy, I wish we could zoom in on his face because he's going, no.
I like the back of the goal line view that you posted where you see him stick that part of the route. That's what does it, because that defender has a chance to match up with Rome right there.
Yeah,
but he just sticks that left foot in the turf so perfectly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that cameraman that got that angle too is either him, this one off screen, or possibly him.
Exactly.
But
absolute gold.
You're going to get a better view right here too. I'm pretty sure that was him right there. It might have been Evan Siegel, one of the Packers photographers.
Yep.
Look at Rome. Great hands catch. I mean, that's a great ball from Jordan, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Like, he did a lot of things right in this game.
Excellent body space awareness and footwork from Dobbs too.
Definitely. Look at they zoom in too. Watch the turf fly up.
Yep.
Look at this. God, it's a great job. Great play by Dobbs right there. So now it's 7-7, right? Okay, we're back, baby. We're back. First quarter, 2:01 left. This is a 2nd-and-1 play. This is set up perfectly for the offense to take advantage, right, of a running a defense that's bad at running, right? Well, Pittsburgh decides, you know what? Again, let's come out and see what they're doing. Look at Kenny looking at this. Look at all these bodies in here, guys, right? You're in a condensed set. Yes, to me, it looks like you're definitely in 11 personnel, right? You're just showing kind of a nasty split on the right. You're motioning this guy over, so you got kind of a twins look on the left. He's looking, he's surveying. You got a safety deep off the screen, right? So all these guys are in. What's that mean? Most likely cover one man. There may be some zone match principles here, but I read cover one man. Guess what we're running, Tim? Triple rat.
Triple rat again.
Yeah. So as the motion comes over and completes, you'll see Keyshawn step up in the slot. So what you got here is man, man, okay? You got man, man, and then actually you've got you might have a little spot drop there in the middle. I'm not sure. But again, you've got your guy out here playing deep as well. So watch the triple. You've definitely got the triple rat. So that kind of tells the story. These guys are watching, right? They're playing the run. If it ends up being a pass, then we're belling. Everyone's in man. You're going rat, 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 man coverage. Got me? So you're just kind of, okay, you're going to play 3 underneath here. That's not supposed to be a 2 or a Jesus fish there. It's just my bad drawing. All right, but let's roll it here. Look at him get back. Beautiful play call by Joe Barry. He knew exactly what they were going to do on this play. Triple rat. Look at him fan to the outside. Perfect play call. Interception, baby. I about hit my head on the ceiling fan, Tim. I was like, heck yeah, until they did this right here to me. This is what I'm talking about. That's not on Joe Barry, gang. You've got to drag your back foot right there. For someone who wants to play offense too.
Yeah, right.
Like,
you know what might have threw him off, though, if you back it up a little? It looked like for a right about there, it looks like Rudy's going to try and lay out for this ball, too. I wonder if just
definitely didn't help, did it?
Yeah, right.
But again, right here, you got the ball. Look.
Yeah, get that foot down.
You got to,
go
man.
Down, man.
It's the freaking game on the line right there, dude. It's early, I know, but those are the things that stack up, man. So look at that little stat at the bottom there. Penalties per game. NFL ranked tied for 31st. Yuck. So we don't have the actual timestamp here because they were too busy showing all this stuff and wanting to get cute, but it's all good. We come out in a nickel 2-4-5. To me, I think it's cover 3. It could be something different. To me, the best I came up with is cover 3. This stuff gets very convoluted when you're not in the meeting room, understanding when they come out in a bunch set, they may want to attack it a certain way. That bunch is giving them trouble this year. You've seen it over and over and over. This is usually Rasul's spot. We've seen Rasul get burned on that twice this year, right? Now you got Corey Ballantyne out there. So what I want you to key in on here, guys, watch the defensive line shift at the last second. And I don't know who it is here. I don't know if it's Carl Brooks, Kobe Wooden, or if it's Devontae Wyatt here. But I want you to watch him. It's the key to this play right here. Now, yes, the linebackers are late. Dre and Duff are going to be late to the party, right? Val gives piss poor effort in tackling the ball carrier. Rudy Ford ends up missing a tackle here. I just put blame everyone, LOL. but I really want you to key in on this guy right here. Notice your hat count. Look at your hat count. If I were to tell you, Tim, this is a run to the right, you kind of like your hat count, right? I mean, you got three defenders over here, essentially 3 defensive linemen, although the media will refuse to admit that Rashawn Gary is a defensive lineman, essentially. So you got this defensive lineman here. Watch him right here. Right as the ball is snapped, watch him. There's your quick motion. You went from being plus in a hat count. Look how far he got washed out of the play.
Yeah, way too far inside.
Now you've got this guy pulling. So you're down a hat, they gained a hat. Game over unless you can tackle.
And Dre's hitting the same area he is. So that you just took 2 guys out of the play, basically.
Bingo. You know, Dre's kind of like, what the hell's he doing over here?
Now what do I? Yeah, clearly Dre was supposed to get that gap. Clearly.
Now watch this guy right here. You've got to attack, man. You've got to. I'm pretty sure that's McDuffie. You've got to be. I'm trying to think of a nice way to say it without using colorful language. You got to be downhill right here. You got to come down here and smack. The only way you beat power is to spill it. That sound familiar?
Yep.
You got to spill it. If they're pulling my way, spill it, Pickett, spill it. Meaning crash inside and beat them to the punch.
That play up. Yep.
Got to blow it up. Watch McDuffie. Little patty gets sealed off. Now look at Carrington out here too. Again, just like you pointed out with Dre, this guy, you know, Carrington in the pretty much essentially the same gap as McDuffie. All right. So now you've got this huge lane here, and you'll see Carrington that's horrible. That's bad. That's a 7-round pick too. We got to give him room to grow. I got you. But look at that. Just kind of grabbing. Rudy misses the tackle. Touchdown. That's how you go down 14-7, right? So guess what happens? They go up 14-7. Then I'm pretty sure we came out and we went 3 and out. So you're not playing complimentary football. Now you're in a 4th and 1 situation. Pittsburgh's got the ball. They're at your 39-yard line. This is the play that I was talking about where right before people were saying, Joe Barry playing with a light box. Look at the box here. Like, look at all these bodies in here, man. And some people say, well, it's not technically the box. Dude, they're all in a single gap run fit. This is what LaFleur was talking about, right? So you load up this right side here on the strong side where the tight end is, right? And you're looking to play this kind of a single gap, right? Like LaFleur said, 9 times out of 10, if it's one back, it's one gap, right? So they're going to run a toss play to the left. And I want you to focus on the hat count as we roll it forward here. Again, we're in a nickel 2-4-5. Toss. Look at the hat count, Tim. We're +1. They've got 2. We've got 3 guys. This is a receiver blocking Preston Smith. If you were to draw this up and say, hey, look, here's the deal. If they pitch it left, you're going to have Preston Smith running through a receiver, and you're going to have a speedy DB being able to shoot the gap and make the tackle. You like your chances there, right? Watch Preston. Preston playing kind of a little patty cake. That guy blocked 2 people. That receiver blocked 2 defenders on one play to pick up the first down. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, I don't know what Keyshawn was thinking on that one either.
I'm pretty sure that's Key. Is that Key? Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's all over the tape. He can't play nickel, man. He can't. He's not aggressive enough. You got to – that's definitely Key.
Yeah, why is he running with the blocker, right. Or, that receiver? I don't understand.
You got to blow it up. And then look at Corey. J.O. missed too.
Right, and J.O.'s supposed to be a tackler. He's supposed to be one of our better tacklers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's frustrating when you see this. It's just sloppy. There's no other way to talk about it. It's just sloppy football. It
is. So now you're down 17-7, 5:56 left in the second quarter. Green Bay ball. 12-gun nasty, T-Right, Z-Quick, GT power left. This was one of my favorite plays of the day. We're going to focus on some positive here, Tim. This one fired me up. So let's talk about what all that means. All right. Your 12-gun obviously is 1 running back, 2 tight ends. You've got your nasty splits. You see the numbers, right? So everybody's nasty here. You got T-Right. Obviously, the T is to the right side. You could say T-Same most of the time in the play call. I'm sorry. You could say T-Right here. You've got to specify it when it's a balanced look so you know which side the T's on. If you got a strong right and the T's on the same side as a strong, most of the time people just keep that lingo out, and rightfully so. I'd rather give you guys more information than less, too much information rather than not enough. So that's why I typically mention T-Right even if it's a strong right set. This is a balanced look. We're going to go Z quick, GT power left. Who's your Z, right? There's your Y on the line of scrimmage. That means your X is opposite the Y on the line of scrimmage. That makes him your Z. So you're going to get Z quick motion, and it's going to pull a body over. I'm pretty sure it was 20 it pulled over. So we're going to pause it there when we get to that point. Look at your hat count on the left side, Tim. What we're doing here is we're going GT power left. What's that mean? Guard tackle. Guard pulling, tackle pulling, right? And look at the hat count on that side of the field. 1, 2, really not even that third because he's kind of crashing in if I remember correctly. Let's count him, right? So you've got 1, 2, 3 on 4 with 2 more coming to the ball, not including the running back. Look at this play, man. Bang, bang through the gap. Beautiful play call. They seen something on film with the Steelers to suggest let's show a strong right and run a GT weak side, basically. And you'll see a better look right here. This is freaking beautiful. Notice what we said about the hat count. You see the motion taking the extra body out over there. You see the guy that was pretty much playing that one or shade, maybe a little 2-eye. He's crashing in. Bang, bang, beautiful play call.
So Tim, let's give it up to JRJ on that one.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Beautifully done right there.
Zach Tom as well. Remember early in the season, you couldn't get this stuff to work, right? You were trying to do too much, do too cute. You've let it charge up now. You haven't ran it in a long time, right? You don't run it as often. That's how you get these looks. Because I guarantee you, Pittsburgh went and watched their last 4 game saturation and said, don't worry about any pullers. They're probably just going to run zone. Now it's set up, right? So that type of stuff's important. That's why the game flow of the game matters as well. Here we are, second quarter, 4:28 left. Now we're on about their 36-yard line, 35 and a half, something like that. We come out in a 12-gun nasty T left, double chip, diagonal 6 dog T stab. All right. So you know what 12 is? We're not going to talk about it. You know what nasty is? We're not going to talk about it. T left. You know what that means? We're going double chip. Okay. Which basically means this tight end's going to chip. This tight end's going to chip. Okay. Now from left to right, we're going diagonal 6, which is essentially a dig with the chip flat, okay? On the opposite side, you got dog. The dog concept is real simple. It's going to be a chip flat with an out. You're trying to create these windows of separation at multiple levels here. With the dig, you're looking for a window. With the out, you're looking for a window. You got safety valves underneath, right? That's the play call. Let's roll it. Ball snap. There's your double chip. There goes your flat, your out. You got that stab in the middle. It worked to perfection. The only problem is your quarterback's inaccurate. Now, you're probably going, I don't know, it looked like he was kind of covered. Let's isolate on Tay Wicks on this play. This is what we're talking about. You've seen the veteran move earlier sitting in the zone. Now you're going to see the route running ability here. Watch him square right there. See him give that little jerk upfield like he's going to hit a skinny post?
Yep.
Watch. Bang. Set him up. Got the hips flipped. Look at that separation, bro.
Man.
It don't get any better than that. That is wide open. That's butt naked through the trailer park open in the NFL. And look at the throw.
High. Yep.
Now, some people are like, well, hit his hands. He should catch it. Watch it again right here. It's a decent ball. What are you talking about?
It's got some nasty English on it. For sure.
Put that English on it. Maybe a little Spanglish.
17 years of Aaron Rodgers spirals. That type of – look at the ball. Look at the trajectory of the ball. I mean, it's nose down, but that joker is wobbling. That must have came off a little funny when he let it go.
And that's how you get your receivers hurt, too.
Yeah.
Look, that's a hospital ball. Look at that.
Not only that, that's another, if they do have a safety over, that's another tip ball pick waiting to happen.
Mm-hmm.
An errant throws like that.
An accurate throw, perfect play call. Perfect play call by Matt LaFleur, knowing exactly what he's trying to do, attacking at multi-levels across the bottom, working guys away from man and through zone, right?
Perfect route by Wicks.
Beautiful route. Instead of it being 3rd and short at a minimum, you're looking at 3rd and 16. And here's what's crazy. Even with that, and you're probably going, well, why are you showing that play? Did they not score on this drive? This is the big-time throw we were talking about.
Yep.
We come out in 11-gun, 3rd and 16 play. 11-gun, nub left, T-same, quad shift, Y slurl, T-leak, slot climb, Salem. All right, let's get into it. 11-gun, don't worry about it. Nub left, you know what that means. The tight end is down here by himself, right, on the left. Now, what's the T-same quad shift? He's on the same side as the tight end, but he's going to shift to a quad look here. Why is it quad? You've got 4 receivers on that one side now. So that's your quad look, okay? So the T is going to quad shift, and then you've got Y slurl. We talked about it earlier, kind of a slant and a curl, right? And then you've got your T leak, okay? So your T is going to chip Watt and then leak out in the flat, all right? Then you've got a slot climb, a deep crosser, climb route, if you will, kind of working your way through the defense. And then you're going to go Salem, which is essentially a corner route with a dig underneath. Now, forget the corner, Tim, for a second. You see the corner route up here, right? Imagine that's not there. You see the slot cross concept?
Yep.
They love slot cross. They want to attack the middle of the field with Jordan Love, right? So that's your play call. And again, watch Jordan going to step up in the pocket here. He actually sits really clean. You gave the offensive line credit here. It's just a 4-man rush. But this is that deep throw to Jaden Reed. This is a beauty. Look at that. Little bit underthrown, but we can't be too picky with that. Jaden does an excellent job shielding him off with his body, right? 3rd and 16, big-time play. Jaden Reed is the man. I'm so excited about Jaden Reed. Now, again, guys, I get excited over this throw from this view right here. Watch Jordan let this thing go. I want you to look at where Jaden's at. Watch Jaden. That's why we call it a climb, or as some, like Coach Hahn says, we call that get open. Work your way through and get to the other corner. Look at that throw he's got to make. You got to put that thing way out here, right? You got to lead him. Granted, you're leading him away from the coverage. Guys, listen. I was excited about this throw. I was fired up about this throw. I said, that's a hell of a throw right there. I pointed it out to Mike Wall yesterday, and he looked at me and said, Clayton, we see that throw every Saturday in college football. And I was like, damn you, Mike. He's right. You do. I found myself trying to sell myself on Jordan, right? Going out with that right there, man. Look at that. He makes a great point. You know, I can't disagree with it, Tim, what he's saying. But again, given the play call, that's beautiful. It's a pretty ball, Tim.
Yeah, man. I agree though with Mike. Is like, you know, why are we this excited about something that should be expected of a quarterback at the NFL level? But I think it is because he was missing those. You know, he was missing those before. Those balls were.
We lowered the standard, didn't we, Tim?
Yeah, I think so. I think we had to though, or not the standard, maybe the expectation
for our sanity.
Yeah, for our own sanity. Oh boy, here it is. Look at this guy. All right, let's run this. Let's run this one, Clayton.
It doesn't look as bad from this angle.
Of course it doesn't.
But when I show you the next angle, Lord have mercy. All right, so let's watch this. This is the block extra point, guys. This is what lost you the game. This is what prevented you from kicking 2 field goals in the 4th quarter to win the game. Block kick, right? And you're going, okay, what happened here? They overloaded that side. Was it bad scheme? Was it bad this? Watch DeGuara. I want you to forget everybody on screen except for him and him, because that's who DeGuara is blocking here, guys. He might try to touch a hand out here, not on the booty, but, you know, on one of these guys. He, you know, kind of a little fan, but his job is to protect the edge, right? Watch him. Tim.
I can't.
I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to say.
I don't. It's like a video buffering. You know, like what are you doing? Watch how long before he reacts. He's not even reacting.
I thought the only thing I'd come up with is maybe they called a fake, or he thought they were calling a fake field goal because he might want to leak out here or something. Like, that's crazy, Tim.
Maybe. I guess that would do it, but he'd be late either way, though.
Bro, listen, I don't want to overreact here, but how the heck he's still on the roster? Like, this is – we're down to, okay, just go out there and block this edge and just shove him and don't let him block the kick.
He could have fell down in front of this guy.
Anything.
Something. Oh, my God.
If he's on the
field. That's what I'm talking about, though, Clayton. You see, can you freeze it? Can you go back and freeze this once?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right here as he's coming around, right here. Now, you know you're beat, right? By now, DeGuara's got to know I'm beat.
Yeah.
Grab his freaking jersey and hold the guy, and we'll try again 5 yards or 10 yards further.
Absolutely. I heard somebody else say that on a pod this week, and I completely agree. That's smart.
Just hold him. that was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked like that's like I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I can't say anything else other than what I've already said. And I'm with you, Clayton. I honestly don't understand why he's one of the 53 right now. I just don't get it.
Imagine Ben Sims right there.
Imagine Tucker Kraft. I bet you Tucker Kraft
Kraft.
put his shoulder in that guy's chest.
Better wingspan, closer to a tackle. You know, in a perfect scenario, you almost want a tackle out there, right? Big wingspan just to kind of,
Put Caleb out there, big Caleb Jones.
I'm telling you, man, they don't want to admit this mistake. They don't want to admit this mistake when it comes to these picks like Josiah DeGuara. And it's tough. It is so tough, man. So tough. Frustrating.
Yep.
So with that being said, now we're going to go to the third quarter. Okay, 5:17 left, 2nd and 7. You're down 17-16 now, guys. You're within a field goal, right? You're within a field goal. Notice that we jump ahead now. The score hasn't changed. Why is that? Because our defense got to stop. Okay, so you get the offense the ball back. We're almost at the 50-yard line. I think it might have been a Keyshawn Nixon return that got us there. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't really matter. But this is a 1-point game coming down the stretch in the third quarter, 2nd and 7 play. Your defense just got another stop, got you in a position to, at a bare bone minimum, kick a field goal and take the lead, right? And that's essentially, if I remember correctly, what happens on this drive. So let's talk about this play. 21 empty. Some of you guys are going, 21 empty? What are you talking about? 2 running backs, 1 tight end. We went 21 empty, strong T left, H boundary, snag, Y dig, Haas. All right, so let's talk about what it means. Obviously, T is going to be Aaron Jones. The H is going to be A.J. Dillon. So when you say boundary, that's the short side of the field. The boundary side over here, there's your H. So you're going to go H boundary, right? Strong T left, T's down here. It's a strong side. Why? Because the tight end's over here as well. So you've got strong T left, H boundary. We're going to go snag, Y dig, Haas. The snag concept is real simple. It is a drag with a fade, okay, which is essentially a 9 route. You bend it off toward the outside, right, to the sideline. So you got snag, and then you've got H dig, okay. The H, hold on a second. Y dig, Y dig, okay. So it's going to be kind of a dig route and in there. And then you're going to have Haas, which is a go curl. So it's going to be go, and this guy's going to sit underneath. You're trying to attack at levels. You're trying to free up these windows, right? So you're reading man coverage. That's what Jordan Love sees here. I think it's the right read probably, but this is what I'm talking about, of forcing the ball to Christian Watson, okay? He's going to force the ball to Christian Watson. Notice the slot down here, okay? Right there. That's going to be your fade. Watch Jordan. He don't look anywhere else. Ball snapped. He's going straight to Christian. Now, when he decides to throw this ball to Christian, look at the defender. He's got 2 steps on Christian. Everybody,
look at Aaron Jones.
Hey, we're getting to it, Tim. Don't you spoil this for me, sir. I want you to focus on this throw. Bad decision to throw that ball.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's got 2 steps, and people just magically think, well, Christian Watson needs to be able to outrun him. If they're even, he's leaving. I agree. They're not even. He's got a 2-step jump. So Jordan, as soon as he drops back and he sees this, he doesn't see like this defender maybe being right here, then you move back to your next read. So the side adjustment is look deep, right? Then come back. Aaron Jones, everyone else is in man coverage. Guys, look right here. His back is to the ball. Musgrave's out here battling, jockeying for position. If you hit Aaron Jones right here in stride in this man coverage look,
first down.
You remember the Texas route against Chicago week 1?
Oh, yeah.
That's it right there. Look at that. Imagine him catching that ball in full stride, 2 or 3 steps on the defender on him. You're cutting up field. This guy's going to be walled off, and you're probably off to the races.
Yep.
Instead, what do you get? A ball that's overthrown by 5 yards. Yep. And people immediately, the Christian Watson haters immediately said, oh, look how slow Christian is. What happened to the speed? I can't believe he's not burnt. That's a horrible ball. And the defender, you see he's even now, Tim. He's finally even with the defender right there because the defender had a 2-step lead on him starting to play.
Yep.
Right? Just a tough look, man. Tough look. And again, it's a 2nd and 7 play. Rather than run the ball or in that situation, dump it off to Aaron Jones, which would have been the proper read. you're looking at another first down, possibly a touchdown. Instead, you're facing 3rd and 7. You're making it too hard on yourself. Even with that being said, it ends up being a field goal drive, but those are the little things we're talking about that he's making too difficult on himself. So here you got a 3rd and 7. You're at roughly the 49-yard line, your own 49. We come out in 11 gun empty, bunch left, T-shift the sidecar, Z-pivot, pout, X-go, T-swing. All right, let's talk about what it means here. 11 gun empty. You're going to see A.J. Dillon shift to the sidecar. I can't remember if he's left or right. Doesn't really matter, but he's going to go to the sidecar either here or here. So he's going to shift the sidecar. Then you got Z pivot. Who's the Z receiver? Let's let this play out a little bit. They're resetting, right? As they shift, Romeo is on the line. He's opposite the tight end, which makes him the X receiver, okay? Which makes the far one, that's your Y right there. There's your Z. That would be your slot. Got it? So now we can draw out the play, right? Z pivot is really simple. It's going to be, you're going to come out here and come back in, if I remember correctly. Sometimes I get whip and pivot mixed up. I'm pretty sure that's the pivot right there. Okay, Z pivot. You're going to go pout, which is post with an out, okay? So you're going to get a post route, and then you're going to get an out route right here. So I got it wrong. The pivot actually works itself out. I believe you're going to try to attack at multi-levels here. That would make the most sense. So probably got that wrong. So again, post, out, you're attacking at multi-levels. You're giving him multiple options. X-go, this is what I was talking about with Romeo Doubs all day long. They basically just said, just go deep, Romes. I bet he was exhausted. He played more snaps than any other receiver, and he probably ran 30 go routes in the game. And then you got your T-swing, who's just going to kind of swing out here. So you're attacking, you got 3 levels with it, or you got 2 levels with a check down, and you can also attack the seam. Now, this is actually a pretty good call by Pittsburgh. What you'll notice here is they're in Tampa too. This guy right here is the Tampa defender. He's supposed to cover deep down the seam, and you're going to have a cover 2 action back here, okay? So it should be hard to hit this seam. But when you got a freak like Musgrave and you're starting to see him separate in the numbers, watch him attack the seam here. And this is a decent ball. I don't want to say a perfect ball by Jordan. I'll tell you why. People made fun of Musgrave for having to fall down here, but look where the ball's thrown. Once again, the accuracy. He's having to turn to grab it. I'm surprised he caught it and got another 6, to be honest with you.
You know, the one good thing about that throw, if we go back to the top of the drop, the ball's thrown on time finally.
It absolutely is. Right here, you'll see it. Well, you can't see him throw it here, but again, that's a perfectly placed ball against Tampa too.
Yeah.
You know, like you got the depth perfect. What I'm saying is if you hit him over his right shoulder there, he catches that and might even make this safety miss. You've seen it with Jordy so many times. Imagine he catches it in stride, little move on him.
Yep.
Right? That's the difference. And that's what – you remember what Dan Orlovsky said? You're taking these plays and you're inaccurate on a play where, yeah, you're picking up 3 or 4 yards, but it could have been 7 or 8 because you're inaccurate with the placement of the ball. Right? Here's another example of that. Let me take it back. I don't want to just shun over what you were talking about just now, Tim. Were you talking about the ball coming out on time? Let's focus on a little more positive here. I'm being too negative. It's tough though, man. Let's see if we can get it back here. I want to watch him. All right, let's watch the ball come out. Watch him out of his break too, top of the route. Oh yeah, kind of
no hitch, no ball pat. Just cock back and let it go.
Yep, absolutely. So you'd like to see better placement on the ball. I'm okay with saying, you know what, don't worry about the placement on the ball. It ain't that big of a deal. But don't sit here and try to pretend like Luke Musgrave isn't athletic and he just fell down here. Like,
right.
That's a bad, you know what I mean? So decent ball, good catch is what I would call it.
And those happen to everyone. I mean, that looks like Mahomes and Kelsey too. You know, every once in a while, you know, one gets out there, it's on time, it's just not quite where you want, and a good player makes an adjustment and makes a play.
Yep.
Great presence of mind by Musgrave as a rookie here to protect the football too as he's tumbling. You see him tuck it in the belly and just fall on it. He can sense that pressure.
And you would rather that ball be where it was than leading him too far into the safety, right?
Absolutely.
So
or underthrown.
Yeah. So I say a good play for Jordan there.
I do too. I think that's a plus for him on that one for sure.
Yeah. All right. So Green Bay goes on to kick a field goal, if I remember correctly. I think I've got my notes right here. I'm trying to keep up with them on paper so I don't get too lost. So here we are. I believe this is actually the third quarter, 2:56 left. It's a 1st and 10 play. for Pittsburgh. They're at Green Bay's 38-yard line. Remember what we talked about, the explosive plays against press man, Tim?
Yep.
Here you are again. Nickel 2-4-5, 2 down linemen, 1, 2, 3, 4 linebackers, right? You're going to be running a cover 1 hole. You're going nickel 2-4-5, cover 1 hole, mirror match press man. All right, mirror match press man is real simple. You're pressed up on the line, right? But you're not going to jam him with your hands. You might get a hand on him, but you're not looking to stop his momentum. You're looking to press him, smother him, and then get in his hip pocket and mirror everything he does, right? The only problem with this is look how aggressive it is, right? This is what we wanted. This is what fans wanted. We've got to stop playing soft. We've got to stop playing off the ball. Here you are. This is your press man look. This is what everybody's been calling for. So when we talk about hole, first of all, you see this running back vacating, right? He's actually shifting over. You could tell McDuffie was supposed to be a man coverage on him, but since he shifted to that side, he now becomes Devondre Campbell's man, and Duffy's going to play the cover 1 hole. You got a safety off screen back here. Everybody else is pretty much man coverage, right? So that's how it plays out. Let's see what happens when you play mirror match press man cover 1, explosive play central, back shoulder throw, right down the field they go.
Let's watch Valentine here. Oh, yeah. All right. Now watch. The next time someone tries this on him, he's going to make a play on the ball because he's going to watch that film and know exactly what he did wrong. I don't even need to say anything. I think we can all see what he did wrong in coverage there. And
again, I don't look at that and go, oh, man, Valentine botched it. That's a tough play to make. Pickens is a great receiver.
He looked for the ball too soon and got turned around. That's all it was.
Yep. And
That's all it was.
Now imagine if he's 5 yards off the ball, backpedaling, playing zone match. His eyes on the quarterback the whole time. They don't make that throw.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about with press man, mirror match press man, and cover 1 man in general. You're going to get explosive plays in the passing game. So that's what I was talking about with Mike Wall last night when he was like, I just wish they would have made Kenny Pickett beat him. And I was like, well, they played press man on 2 different occasions and got explosive plays out of it. That's what I was referring to. But I'm going to keep my mouth shut and listen to the former NFL player, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think I would agree with him more than I would agree with myself that if you played that all day, then maybe, you could be more aggressive in the run game. But like he pointed out, it's like there wasn't nothing schematically wrong with the run defense. They got beat. They were late to the ball, all those things. This is a good example right here, to be honest with you. I say good example. It shows what we're talking about. There's nothing good about it. But nickel 2-4-5, cover 1 man, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So there's your 2 down linemen, your 4 linebackers. You're in cover 1 man. Once again, look at the look here. Press, right? You got guys up, press, not really press, but, fairly aggressive down here in the box, man coverage. You got one of these guys probably playing green dog, okay? But what you're going to have here, I think they pull a guard here. You got a center or a safety off screen too. So let's watch the play. You're going to see Devondre Campbell get lost in the fit. He's going to kind of get tripped up and lose his run fit. You're going to see 97 Kenny Clark miss a tackle. Remember Good Morning Lambeau this morning? We were talking about how he's all the tackle yardage that Kenny Clark has this year, where he's missed tackles and it's led to yardage. You're going to see Jonathan Owens miss another tackle here, and you're going to see Rudy Ford kind of miss a tackle as well. But let's watch. I'm pretty sure they pull a lineman, if I remember correctly. They actually did not. No. So it's just straight through the gap, straight through the hole. Devondre gets tripped up. You've seen Kenny miss the tackle. Rudy misses the tackle. J.O. missed a tackle trying to hop over a blocker. Let's watch it from the box cam. Right? Here we go. You see, like, this is what LaFleur is talking about when you're talking about gap responsibilities, right?
Yep.
I mean, look at this, right? Obviously, he's out here. This guy right here is probably reading these gaps here, right? Get in there and feel. Get in there and feel whichever side the run goes to. Feel, right?
So, in other words, we're schemed up properly here.
Seems like it to me.
For down distance situation.
Yeah. Yep. The only thing you don't like is how one defensive lineman is shaded on the weak side, right? You got to play this strong though. You know what I mean? You're playing this look, and you just get to run to the opposite side. But let's watch it unfold here. Again, he's showing you this running back's going to get the ball. So here we go. Watch Dre. I want you to key in on Dre. Well, no, I'm sorry, key in on Kenny. This is a single block. Everybody's like, oh, Kenny's always getting double. This is a single block. He should be off of this and over here making a play right now, right? That's $27.5 million against the cap next year, right? I don't mean to dog, but you got to call it. You see it, you got to say it. And he just slaps, right?
Yeah, you got to explode off your blocker, man.
Yeah. Now, let's take it back. I want you to watch Dre this time. You're going to get the guard is going to try to chop down on Dre, trips him up just a bit, but still, you got to do better than this. Watch Dre in the middle, right here. Let's play it. I'm through. That's his gap.
Oh, man.
Look. Kenny missing the tackle. Dre missing the gap fit. Jonathan Owens jumping over people. By the way, he's going to go ahead right here and just, let's miss the tackle too. What the hell, right? Miss that.
Jeez.
Rudy misses the tackle. Looks like Rashawn Gary took some friendly fire, and it took two guys to bring him down. So now you're down 23-19. All right. That was the other thing too. The third quarter play there to Pickens, I meant to mention. We held them to a field goal. Green Bay went 3 and out. Pittsburgh punted. So we held them to a field goal. The defense stood tall and held them to a field goal. Our offense goes 3 and out. Then we came out the very next drive and made them punt, and then Green Bay gets the ball back, and they punted again going into that last play we just showed you. Like, to sit here and just put it all on the defense is silly. That offense keeps going stagnant. Pittsburgh got a field goal after that Warren run just now. Now we're coming down the stretch here. Believe it or not, we're still somehow, some way in the game, but look at the score, guys. This is the tough part. If that says 20, then you're going down to at a bare bones minimum tie the game. But that's off the table now. Now you've got to be overly aggressive, right? So this play here, 1st and 10, we're at roughly our own 25-yard line. We come out in a 21 gun empty, strong T right, H left, X dig, H leak, Y corner, stick, okay, concept. So let's talk about what it means. Your 21 look, right? There's 2 running backs right there, okay? Your 1 tight end is right here in Musgrave, okay? So there's your 21 look. You're going strong T right. You've got the tight end on the right side. That's where your T is at. You're going H left. That's your H. He's almost in a wing, but not technically. You're going to go X dig. Who's the X? Let's identify the X. There's your tight end, right? Your Y. Opposite on the line of scrimmage is your X. You see Romeo Dobbs. I'm pretty sure that's Rome's. I think it is. So there's going to be where the play starts, okay? So let's go X dig, right? Going to be a dig route. Actually, that might be Dontavian Wicks. I could be wrong. So you got your X dig. You got your H leak, right? He may leak out here, but he's definitely going to chip and leak, okay? You got your Y corner, all right? So you're going to have Musgrave run a corner route, okay? And then you're going to have stick, which is real simple. A stick concept is a curl with an out, okay? That's your play call. That's your design. Let's roll the tape. Jordan surveying it, looking over, okay? They're playing a little bit aggressive up front in some of these split looks. Going to drop back. Who's he going to? Think player, not play. Look at Musgrave. Boom. Not a great ball, but a good enough ball. You got Musgrave on the corner route. See Musgrave give him that little shimmy at the top of the stem there? He's going to kind of jockey in, come out, create no separation. That's on a backer. That's why you draft Luke Musgrave. You want that matchup, him on a linebacker. Keep that in mind for here in just a second, Tim. Because when you got Musgrave on a linebacker, you better try to get him the ball. That's the mismatch you're looking for. Remember what Greg Cosell says. You come to the line, elimination, isolation. Eliminate where you're not going with the ball. That's off the table. That's off the table. Where's my isolation? My isolation is right here. An extremely athletic tight end on a linebacker. Could have been a better ball. What do I mean by that? Look out here. Notice how he had to slow down, jump, shield the defender. Look at all this space out here, guys. If he lays it out here,
you turn up the field.
You already know. That's a backer chasing him. Instead, he had to slow down. People were bashing.
Or even in that situation, if it goes there, you're able to get out of bounds too. Keep some clock.
Yep, absolutely. So again, game on the line, think player, not play, but elimination, isolation. If you come to the line right here, right, and this is what Matt LaFleur is talking about, we're going to go in a little in depth with this play here, and it's important. This is the interception. So it's 2nd and 9, 3:32 left in the game. You can settle for a field goal, right, and then try to get the ball back and go down and win the game, get the game-winning field goal. But what you don't want to do is put all your chips in the middle of the table right here on a 2nd and 9. Take what they give you. Don't try to force it, right? So what you're going to see here as we start to roll it, and the play call is 12 gun nasty, T right, Omaha pump, stick nod, U leak, X dig. Forget that for a second. We're going to draw it out, but I want you to notice this safety right here. See him? He's already tipping his hand. Jordan sees it. He's looking right at him. So, if he's kind of tipping his hand, this guy's on the shelf. Why is he backpedaling right as we get ready to snap the ball? He must be covering deep. That should have been the read, right? If that's the case, what you've got is shells coverage, okay? You got deep half. This was supposed to be deep half. They communicate, you can tell, which is what I'm talking about with some zone match looks. So essentially, it's almost like they're playing. It's cover 2 man and man under, like we were talking about, especially on the left side. But with a zone match, it gets so tricky because they can communicate. Now he can cover this ground. This guy's in a better position to take away the dig. All right. I just wanted you to key in on that with the safety. Now let's go back. You guys know what the 12 gun nasty T right, all that means, right? We're going Omaha pump. It's supposed to be an out and an up. Mike Wall calls it a chair route. Why? Because that looks like a chair right there, right? So Matt LaFleur called it Omaha pump because Jordan Love is going to come out here. He's going to throw a pump fake, and then you can go to it if the coverage dictates it, right? So just keep that in mind. Stick nod. You got the tight end Luke Musgrave. Remember the play before, Tim? What did we talk about? You got Musgrave, an athletic tight end matched up on a linebacker. You've got it right here. That's man coverage on a linebacker. So with the stick nod, similar, but bend it back to the middle. Now your read becomes middle field open or middle field close. If he drops and he drops, it's middle field open. Okay? If you guys don't believe me, we'll show you here in a second with what Matt LaFleur said. Also, you're going to have a little U leak. He's going to chip on TJ, and he's going to leak out. And then, of course, you got your X dig, which is kind of like a little mini slot cross. It's funny how that keeps popping up. But here we go. Key in on the safety first. See the safety drop? Now you know middle field open. You still got to use your eyes to move him. He ain't going to give it to you, right? But right here is your matchup. There is your isolation play. Luke Musgrave on the linebacker. First of all, look at the pump fake that Jordan Love throws. Watch Jordan Love. That is a half rear end pump fake.
Yeah.
You've got to show more than that. Here goes the ball, right? Now, let's back it up just a touch. This time, key in on the tight end if the camera will allow us. We may have to go to the all-22. See the stick? Yeah, we'll have to go to the all-22. But look right here. I know the ball's been thrown, but I'm going to show you on the all-22 why it doesn't matter. Some people go, that safety reacted because the ball was thrown. His hips were parallel to the out of bounds the entire time. And what that should tell Jordan, 2 things. Ball snapped, middle field open, safety's hips. We're going right here to the matchup. He scorched him. You can see him start to put his hand out like, hey, right here, right here. That was the throw. Bad decision, bad ball placement. People that are saying that Christian Watson dropped this ball to him, that is just amazing to me. They said that he didn't even fight for the ball. They say he didn't even make an effort. All he did was fell down, right? I'm going to slow it down to 50%.
Yeah.
Watch Christian Watson have to turn his body right here.
And it's exactly what he does, too. He times the jump. You know, he high points, gets up, turns, gets his shoulders squared up.
Mm-hmm.
Is that 2 hands? He's got 2 hands up there.
Yeah,
you know, he's not trying to one hand highlight reel this. He's trying to make a play on an underthrown ball.
Yeah. And listen, it's a tough decision, a tough throw. I got you. But when you throw this ball, there's only one place you missed him. It's out here.
Yep.
It's way out here. You give your receiver, and you can tell us what Christian Watson's doing. He's running full speed,
right,
in a condensed field, and the ball is underthrown.
It's probably a touchdown if it's put a little further out.
Yep. So listen, I've heard all week callers, fans talking about how this is on Christian Watson. It was a perfect throw. There's people saying that's a perfect throw.
Well, these are.
So let's roll the tape here. And again, we're going to have a soundbite. I'm not going to mention the name. I'm not here to try to embarrass anybody or call anybody out. People that are watching this probably don't even listen to Packernet After Dark. If you're watching it on YouTube, it don't matter, whatever. But I want to point this out because this is the stuff we've got to be better at as a fan base.
There's a lot of things.
All right, let's listen to what Matt LaFleur says here, okay, about that play.
Gone differently on that play in regards to we got to make sure that when we're running a double move, you want to always run the first move first and put your eyes back to the quarterback. to maybe get a defender to bite. But, you got to give it up to Patrick Peterson. He made a hell of a play on that play and did a good job of batting that ball back to Keanu Neal. And
all right, now listen to this part.
They made a play. So, but yeah, do I think it was necessary? Maybe not.
That's him saying,
Why
nah.
did you throw that?
Yeah. Great job by LaFleur keeping his emotion in check. But here we go. Listen to this.
Decisive, and we got to live with it. But
if it was the right read, he wouldn't say we got to live with it.
I'd say typically when they are playing a shell defense, usually that's not where it goes.
There you go. Now,
yep.
Here's the call. All right.
So we just watched the interception. I'm not putting that on Jordan Love. No, you can't convince me that's on Jordan Love. Christian Watson has been nothing but a disappointment this season. Where is his dog mentality? Okay, Patrick Peterson is in contention for the football right there. He gives you a 50-50 ball. You should at least be able to get your hand, but he doesn't even put a hand on it. He just let Patrick Peterson, a guy who is much smaller than him, push him right out of the way.
All right, let's see if Patrick Peterson pushes Christian Watson out of the way from catching this. Where's the push?
I don't see it. There's a little contact, but not a push.
Yeah, like right here. Of course, yeah, the contact early in the route.
Yeah.
Where does he push him out of the way and prevent him from catching this ball? Where's it at? I'm sorry, somebody help me. He never pushed him one time. He made it sound like he just shoved Christian Watson to the ground, right? So that's a lie.
And go up for the ball. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Let me tell you what. If that was Jordy Nelson, if that was Donald
It's not Jordy Nelson.
Driver,
It's not Donald Driver.
if that was James Jones,
It's not James Jones.
that ball most likely comes down as a touchdown. Let's be real right now. That is disgusting. He puts up a 50-50 ball in the perfect spot. And
In the perfect spot. You guys tell me if this is the perfect spot. If the perfect spot is hitting the DB right in the damn hand with, by the way, I know Christian Watson didn't make an effort. Look at his body having to reach back because you've got all this out here. That's where the ball's got to be thrown.
If you're going to throw that, if you're going to throw to him, you do. You have to Aaron Rodgers it. I hate to do the comparison again, but you have to drop that ball in between the safety and the corner if you're going to try and squeeze one in there.
Absolutely. So they say it's a perfect pass, a perfect ball. Wrong again.
he falls down. He doesn't even try to come back for the ball.
He doesn't even try to come back for the ball. We just showed you him contorting his body backwards. He's totally expecting the ball to be out here.
Yep.
It's underthrown. I will never understand why people choose sides like this. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying Christian Watson wasn't at fault, but I'm damn sure not going to get on this podcast and try to put the blame on one single person. I blame three people. I don't like the chair route in that condensed set. Well, not the condensed formation, but that short of a field, right? There's too much that's got to go right and too many bodies in a small space, okay? Now, there's less bodies in that small space if they're not playing a shell defense and they're going middle field close with a single high look, right? That's what Matt LaFleur is saying. So a bad read, a bad throw, no doubt about it. But also, Christian Watson mailed in the route. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like this is all Jordan Love's fault. Like some people were pretending like it's all Christian Watson's fault because we gotta settle into these camps and hate on each other. And it's got to be one person's fault. It's got to be Joe Barry's fault. It's got to be Christian Watson's fault. It's got to be Jordan Love's fault. And they need to be gone, fired out of here. That drives me absolutely insane. Listen to what Matt LaFleur now says about the route running.
The route to win. I just think a lot of times, from my past experiences dealing with wideouts, tight ends, running backs, whoever that is running a double move, a lot of times guys lose their patience. And if you're running, we call that an Omaha pump, so a quick out and up, you want to make sure that you flash your eyes and run the Omaha portion of the route to hopefully get the defender to bite to open up the second portion of that route. Like Musgrave was right next to him. I thought Luke did a really nice job of getting his eyes back. That's a stick nod that he was running. And, he ran the stick portion of the route, hopefully to get the guy covering him to undercut the route and opening up down the.
All right, so here's a better look at it. Here's what he's talking about. Again, with the route, Tim, it's going to be Omaha Pum. You're going to be stick nod, right? Watch the difference between how Luke Musgrave runs this and how Christian Watson runs it. You'll see Musgrave get his head around, right, at the break points, and Christian doesn't even run that out. Notice the route should look like this. You'll notice Christian does this, right? So it's a bad route. He's to blame on this play too. Let's watch it unfold here in the all 22. You see the safety belling right here. All right, middle field open. You see that route, Tim? Tim hung up on me. He said, I'm tired of this. I can't take it no more.
My bad. I was on mute. Yeah.
Yeah, you see how he doesn't really sharpen it off on an out?
Yeah. And so you're not fooling the coverage at all.
Nope, not at all. So with that being said, the timing is off. And again, this is what I was talking about with the safety. If Jordan reads, let's back it up even before he throws the ball. See, he's still got the ball right now. Look at the safety's hips. If he reads this safety, right now he's got to know that's definitely not middle field closed, or this safety would be here, right? So you give him a look outside and keep him going in that direction. You don't mail in the pump fake, and then you're going to come back to Musgrave. Watch that safety. Really, really close here. Watch how he's committed outside, right? Right there, he hesitates a little bit. There's no way he's recovering. There's no way. If he hadn't thrown that ball, look at all this space right here. There's your read. In worst case scenario, you dump it to the U. But 2nd and 10, 2nd and 9, whatever it was, that right there cannot happen. You threw into the teeth of the defense. So again, bad route is a bad decision, bad throw, bad route, poor execution. Also don't like the call. That's just me personally. But this whole thing, I don't mean to be like aggressive or sound like an a-hole, but when someone blatantly is dishonest about what actually happens on the play to try to make someone else look at fault because, you don't want to admit that Jordan Love has been less than perfect, although he's one interception away from leading the league in interceptions, and somehow that's all Christian Watson's fault. That's just baffling to me.
I'm willing to bet that gentleman has not watched this play as many times as we have. I don't think he's, I think he's seeing it once or twice on TV copy and reacting, honestly.
Yeah. Could be. And, listen, people got this mindset of, they're playing Madden. Well, that's a 6'4" wide receiver. Just throw it up there. He'll catch it. That ain't how it works. This whole 50-50 ball conversation is, it's laughable now because
it drives me nuts.
That wasn't a 50-50 ball. I'm sorry. When the ball is thrown that far behind, if it's a perfect pass in a perfect spot and he has an opportunity to go up and get his hands on it without the defender touching the ball first, that's a 50-50 ball. Right? So that's just kind of how I see it, but I could be wrong. All right, so even with all that, Tim, what's crazy is you're going to come back and somehow, some way, you get the ball back again, right?
That defense holding.
2 times in a row right there in the fourth quarter. We also talked about earlier, Green Bay went 3 and out. They forced Pittsburgh to punt again. Then Green Bay came out and punted again. Right here, you got 11 guns, nasty, strong right, T weak, 47-46 T shoot. We use the numbers because it gets really, really convoluted on the other stuff. So with this route concept, you got 47, which is a sit in a corner, okay? Sit, corner route. And on the opposite side, you've got 46, sit, dig, okay? Which is basically a 46 is going to be, I think it's a little chip. You're going to sit. It's actually going to be a pretty shallow chip, actually, or sit. It's going to be right here, I think is how it goes. Because this kind of looked borderline like a wrap concept to me, but the sit is so shallow, I wouldn't call it a wrap. When you run a wrap, Tim, typically you got 2 intersecting. I'll just draw it out here for you. Typically, you got your sit and your wrap is real close. You make this conflict defender choose which one, right? And then you throw to the other. So that's what this is with the T shoot, which is just basically a shoot, like an arrow, if you will. So here we go. 2nd and 10 play. Now we're looking at 3rd and 10. This is the play I wanted you guys to key in on. With that shoot route, imagine setting the protection here, Tim. So when you come out and you set the protection, you're IDing the mic, right? You're looking, okay, how are you going to set the protection? You set the protection so that you're covered across the board. If they bring more, then if they bring one more in a gap that you can't cover, that's got to be on Christian or on got to be on Jordan Love. So essentially what happened, everybody's blocked across the line. Jordan Love's got to be accounting for this DB right here. They're bringing a cat blitz, okay? They're bringing a corner blitz. So you got the shoot route right here to Aaron Jones. The ball's got to come out. Jordan's looking right at him, watch ball snap. You see the corner blitz. Look how quick he gets his head around right here. You can see Aaron looking. He knows I'm hot. That cat blitzed, if you back it up and you see him blitz, Aaron Jones sees it, get your head around. Ball needs to be out right now. If it is, you're at a minimum picking up 5 yards right here. Yes, you've got a guy kind of converging. He's going to catch that and probably get up here, right?
Yep.
To make a play. Instead, just bat it down. You've got to recognize that cat blitz. You've got to. You know how the protection's set there. That's not one of those they're mugging the A gap like they are right here, right? It's not one of those where it's like, okay, this is going to get convoluted. No, you know if a corner blitzes, that's on you. That's my guy. That's the free runner. Where's my hot read? Aaron got his hat around. He was ready to take the hot read. So now we got a 3rd and 10 play. 4:22 left in the game. 11 gun, strong left, trips tight, T-same dagger, Y lead, T-swing, X go. A lot of stuff going on there, right? So we're going to go dagger on this side, okay? And with dagger, essentially, you've got a deep route with a dig underneath. I may have those crossed nonetheless. I'm pretty sure that's right. The inside receiver actually runs the go, and the outside runs the dig. I'm almost positive. Then you got a Y lead. The Y lead has now emerged that we were talking about, right? And you got the T swing. So essentially a swing pass with a lead blocker out here ready to dump it off if you need it. He hasn't taken that one time this year, and it blows my mind. Not in this situation, should he? And then, of course, like I talked about before, Romeo Dobbs at the X, he's just going to run a go. God love him. He probably ran 17 miles on Sunday. But watch the dig here off the dagger. Bang. On time. This is a beautiful throw by Jordan Love. Beautiful throw by Jordan Love. And I want you to look at the pressure that's in his face. First, watch Tay Wiggs. Tay Wicks, look at that.
Wow,
Beautiful
watch
right
that. Well, run that back once. We got to see that again. Hold on.
Mhm.
Watch that left shoulder here.
All right, let me
on
go
this
through.
route.
Let me go 50
his-
here. There.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's sticking the out. Look at the DB's hips. He's already playing
he's
the
right.
wrong leverage.
Yeah, this guy right here is trying to play it like an out too.
Yeah,
Bang. Beautiful.
beautiful. That
Good
guy's
play
a
call,
rookie.
too.
He's a rookie.
Yeah. Good play call too. And look at the yak.
Yep.
That's
And
what
then
I'm
survives the punch too. He's he's got his fingers on the ball where they're supposed to be there. That ball was almost punched out at the end.
You got to get Jaden Reed on the field more. You got to get Dontavian Wicks on the field. We called for it, and look what we got here, guys. Seriously. Game on the line, final drive. You got Dobbs, Wicks, and Reed out there. Good job, Matt LaFleur.
Right now, when is he going to realize that we can be doing this from the opening snap? Why do we have to wait until these crunch time moments for you to go to 11 personnel? I don't understand. Or even 21. We even saw some 21 in this game.
Yeah. Watch this throw by Jordan Love. I really want you to key in on Jordan Love and look at the throwing lane. This is pretty wild, man. Let me get her played up here. They're going to highlight some stuff, show their cool little graphics off here real quick. This is a great play by Jordan Love. Watch this. Guy does a little swim move on Elton. Look, he is in Jordan's face. There's not even a pocket to step up in now, right? Because you're having to look at Tay. He's not even out of his break yet. And watch Jordan cut this thing loose. And this guy just breathing down his neck. Right in his face. Tim, look at that throw, bro.
Yep. This is what we talk about.
Yep.
These are the ones where it's like, whoa, look at that throw.
Yeah.
Then we can go back and look at the one to Scoot and go, well, look at that one.
Yeah, exactly. And it's exactly what you're seeing with the statistics, the PFF grades up and down, up and down. So right here, 4th and 3 plays, 17 seconds left. You're going to come out in 11 gun empty, nasty strong right, T weak. You're going Wolf, Depot, T leak. Okay. What that means is your Wolf concept is obviously you're out with a corner. Remember, Wolf and slot cross are the big things they're running this year. Okay. You're going to go Wolf. Then you're going to go Depot, which on Depot, it's flat with a post out here. Okay. It's a little bit deeper than that. And then you'll have your T leak. Okay. So your T is just going to kind of chip and either leak out in the flat or leak out in the middle. All right. So let's watch it here. 4th and 3. As he leaks out, Jordan reads it. All right. They're in coverage. Nobody in the flat. Bang. Let's just dump it. Great job by Jordan. Get out there, get as much as you can, get within distance where you can put some more plays on the table with the game on the line. AJ did a great job making sure that you'll notice the Pittsburgh player tried to smack that out of AJ's hands.
Yeah. And again, if you ain't cheating, you're not trying, right?
Right. Exactly.
So that's part of the game. It's just like how many you can catch guys all the time. The ball will be spotted by the official, and then the lineman will just nudge the ball.
I love it, dude. I laugh every time I see it. I'm like, yeah, there you go, boys. Try, do what you can.
Yep.
But what I wanted to point out is look at the awareness of AJ.
Yep.
If he gets that ball knocked out, you're probably going to see another 3 seconds come off the clock. But look at AJ. Nope. Here, Mr. Official. Here's
hands it directly to the official.
Great job by AJ.
And then everyone gets set.
Bang.
I was surprised they got that done. I was losing my mind after that play because I for sure thought they were going to false start or we were going to get caught doing something goofy. But they got the spike off, man.
Right. All right. So final play of the game. Again, this is an interception. I don't put it on Jordan. It's a tough play. I mean, look at this defense, guys. You see Minka Fitzpatrick made them call a timeout and change the play. They were in single high man, and they come out and played what Chuck Pagano was talking about on the McAfee show today. They call this end zone is what they called it, where everybody just plays the goal line basically, right? And so here's the play. 11 gun empty, strong right, T-slot left, 65, Y skinny, 56. All right, so we're going to go with a 65, which is a dig, right? You're going to go the 5 route, which is an out, okay? Notice how they're trying to get these guys crossed up. Y skinny is just going to work the center of the field, right? Maybe even kind of bend it back a little bit. And then you got 56, which similar to the other side, kind of mirrors an out with a dig. This is Christian Watson on the dig. Notice this defender right here. You got bodies all the way across the line of scrimmage, right? So there's 2 plays built into this basically. This is the initial concept. If somebody comes open, you throw it. But it's honestly designed to go, okay, if you don't have an immediate answer here, then it turns into the scramble drill. And I think the way it was designed, I'm going to light it up in red now here, okay? Imagine this play is complete. Now, scramble. Now, scramble, right? Now, scramble, scramble, scramble. Just try to get open, right? That's what it was designed to do. Again, I don't put it on Jordan because it's a tough play, but he just makes a decision right out of the gate, and this is what we're talking about when it comes to forcing the ball to Christian. I mean, you got a lot of room to move around. Move around the pocket a little bit, 4-man rush. He just cuts it loose, throws it right to the defender. And not only that, did he throw it to the defender, but look at Christian Watson. Notice how inaccurate it is. Right? It's tough. It's just a tough look.
No, I know I'm Monday morning quarterbacking on a Thursday here, but correct me if I'm wrong. Can we zero in on Rome? That ball should have went to Dobbs.
Well, it's tough because the ball has already been thrown. You're right. He's got leverage, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But even before the throw, I mean, I guess though, I'm like I said.
No, I mean, what I'm pointing out is you're right. Look at they're facing this way. You see their jersey numbers. You see their backs. Because I seen it too, and I'm like, yeah, but the ball had already been thrown. They're reacting to it probably.
Oh, wait, no. Is that – no, I'm talking about on the top of the screen.
Oh, you're going up top. Okay.
Up top. Is that 87 on the top?
Let's see.
Right there at the goal. Look at back. Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown, bro.
Oh, it's tough. That is
but again, if we're seeing it, they're seeing it. You know, they're at 1265 in the film room seeing this too. Yeah, go back to just before he releases the ball. I wonder if we can still get it in frame. Yep, right there. Why are we not going there?
I'm telling you, man, he forces the ball to Christian.
Man,
that's why he's throwing interceptions, throwing toward Christian. He's forcing it to him. And again, listen, he could turn that loose. To be fair, Tim, I'm not saying I disagree with you, but he could turn that loose and they just converge and tackle him, right? But that's a better shot than what you got on this other side because the hat count over there was horrible, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is probably my highlight of the game, though. Hey, I relate to Zach Tom. What's the frustration? Oh, yeah, you little get down. Let's start a fight, baby. Here we go. So tough game, man. Tough outcome. Hopefully that tells the story of what happened in the game. And again, I really wanted to hammer home that Christian Watson play because everybody just trying to throw each other under the bus, man. Not the players, but just the fans trying to choose sides and throw each other under the bus. Tim, it drives me crazy, bro. It really does. So, yeah, what did you think, man? We're back on. Should be back on camera now.
I think. Sorry, I got a little communications here.
You're good.
No, I'm with you, dude. I like that. I like Zach Tom with the extra chippiness there at the end. Just, show you got a little fight. It is frustrating. And he played his tail off too. So I get it. I can see that. What's funny is it technically looks like it wasn't late. I mean, when he shoved them, he was in bounds still.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't like he hit this dude on the sideline. He just didn't have to shove him, but he did.
I'm glad he did.
Right? Because what does that say if your guy doesn't do that, right? If we had a guy in that situation. Yeah. It's a pushover, Absolutely. Man.
I love this in the chat here. We got people hanging out. Paul Robertson said, I want to see Omer at a Packer shareholder meeting after several drinks. Carly said, yes. He'd be kicked out, no doubt. Yeah, Paul Robertson, yes, but I'd be in tears laughing. All right, Drew D in the house says, Love can make that throw to the top. Can make that throw to the top because he can really put some zip on the ball when he wants to. I think y'all both, I think Tim makes a great point. I think you make a great point too, Drew. He's got the arm strength to hammer that thing in there. I didn't notice it, which is
Oh, go ahead, Clayton. Sorry.
I was just going to say I didn't notice it, which is why I love doing this type of stuff. I was focused on the bottom too. Like, was the out there? The out might have been there. I don't know if they're breaking on it. When you pointed out, I'm like, oh my God.
Right. And he's got the physical ability to throw that ball. Like I said, mechanics are not something we complain about with Jordan. It's the reads. It's where am I looking? Now, I'll give you a lot of, we have to play devil's advocate here too. He knew for sure on that play, the ball's got to come out. So I don't know. Maybe he didn't even get to that side of the field, but that just reinforces your point to begin with. He's looking at a guy that is not our number one receiver as a number one receiver. Let's just put it that way in that situation. And, to Christian Watson's credit, I mean, he can make plays, So, it's not insane to go to him, but force feeding, I don't know. If we're going to force feed anyone, it ought to be Tay Wicks right now or Jaden Reed.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Let's see here. Casey Knapp in the chat says that Pittsburgh coach tore his rotator cuff from that Zach Tom hit. I didn't know that. What's crazy, though, you're going to make me roll it back now. If you look at it.
He didn't hit the coach, though.
He didn't, and I'm going to show you real quick just to kind of prove a point here. It's actually – the Pittsburgh guy, it's not even that he gets shoved into the coach as much as it is he runs into the coach. As bad as I hate to watch this again, I can't believe we're breaking down a hit on the sideline that had nothing to do with the outcome of the game, but here we are. So watch at the very end here. Zach gives him a shove, but it's almost like he runs into the guy too. Watch. Look, he's going right at him. See?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Get back. You've seen him coming.
Right. Yeah. Everyone who steps onto that field knows the rules.
Yeah. I mean, look, he's literally 1 foot away from the out of bounds line, So
yeah, you don't want to see anyone take a hit like that on the sideline, like as far as staff or anything. But you got to know that if you're in that area, there's live action there.
Yeah.
You're not a cheerleader with your back to the field and you're not able to see it. If you're on the staff, you got to know. So, I mean, I'm not blaming him for getting hit, but man, get out of the way.
Definitely. Eden in the chat says, this feels like the first game that feels highly coachable after the fact. I think there's a lot of positive that come out of it, man. You listen to Pittsburgh. These people that are claiming that Pittsburgh's a bad team, they're 6-3 in the AFC, right? Like, let's stop pretending like they're a bad team. Is their offense? They shouldn't have been able to run for 200 yards. We showed you why they ran for 200 yards. Missed tackles galore, missed assignments galore. That a little bit of scheme too. I want to mention that. There was a little bit of okay, Barry, we probably should have been more aggressive in this spot on the 1st and 10 play. But right after you get burnt from being aggressive, it's hard for me to argue. You kind of looking to come back and go, okay, let's play off a little bit here, right?
Yep.
Carly Ray in the chat says, thanks for the hard work, guys. We were over here in the chat having a grand old time. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us for sure. Make sure we didn't miss anything else. Let's see here. Paul Robertson says, way better than watching Matlock reruns. Appreciate this afternoon delight. Hey, you're welcome, Paul. And, hey, as you can see, man, I did have a little diesel in here. All right. We did have a little diesel. I'm on my second cup today. Don't judge. Tim had his second cup. I'm going to throw Tim under the bus. Tim had his second cup before 10 a.m., didn't you, Tim?
I sure did. Closed out Good Morning Lambo with another cup.
There you go. Drew D in the chat said, Watson is a guy that takes the top off the defense and we treat him like a possession receiver. Annoys the crap out of me. Again, I don't like that chair route there on a short field. That's something you want to do, like you said, on your own 40, or maybe even on their own 40 or their 40, right? Yep. Rather than right down there next to the end zone. So Carly Ray pointed out, no, the defender hit the coach. I agree. There you go. All right. That should be it, guys. Omer in the chat here says, it was an excellent show. Chalk Talk was great. Even a dummy like me could understand some of this bad play, LOL. I learned a lot watching it. I know that. That's why I like doing it. It's just so cool because I've been doing this for years. And I would actually get a notepad and write down and try to learn, okay, what concept is this? What concept is that? What are they trying to do? And now it's cool that I've got a group of people that you kind of watch together, right? Makes it even better. So, Tim, I appreciate you tagging along, dude. This was fun.
Hey, thanks for having me. I love it. This is great. Learned a lot myself too. You see things, I see things. Everyone, we're all going to see things a little differently or pick up on things. And, I learned a lot today, man. I've certainly got plenty of notes here.
Good stuff. I do too, man. So thanks to everybody in the chat. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Like I said, just coming in here and spending your afternoon. It was absolutely awesome. So we're going to be back at 7 Central, 8 Eastern with Paul Brettel. I know Tim, I think is not going to be with us tonight, which is okay. Deserves a night off every now and again. And I think this is the real reason.
Hi, I'm Date Mike. Nice to meet me. How do you like your eggs in the morning?
I could be wrong. He's taking a page out of Jacob's playbook, I think, but I could be wrong. Nonetheless, if everything goes right, we'll have Paul Brettel for the first 25, 30 minutes of the show, and then Emilio's going to jump in here with me and wrap the show up. So looking forward to hanging out with you guys for that as well. Again, thanks to everyone in the chat. Really appreciate y'all hanging out. For those of you listening on the pod, if it makes it to a pod, I don't know if it will. If it does, thank you for making us a part of your day. As always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world, and go Pack Go.
The power sweep actually is the lead play in our offense.
Tell the tackle, take the defensive end if he's over him. If he's not, you drive down the first man who is inside. Pull back and tell him to take the first man outside the offensive tackle. No one goes. Go right by them and field inside. If the YN has the linebacker taken out, that's inside. If the YN has the linebacker in, he comes all the way around. If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here, and try to run this play in the alley.